Hey Pisces, welcome to your May love forecast. We're going to see what's coming up for our Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising friends. If you're a cross watcher, you're more than welcome to stick around. However, I already have cross watcher videos up for each zodiac sign, and they're listed as cross watcher on the channel. So if you want to check those out for May, you can. And then in a couple of weeks, I'll do the cross watching videos for June. So keep an eye out for that. But this is going to be May. Love for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's see what is coming up here, you guys. I'm going to pull 5 cards. Then I'm going to pull clarifiers for each one of those cards. So this is going to be a little bit more of a detailed love reading than what you all usually get from me. I'm trying a little bit of a different format. You'll have to let me know if you like it. All right, so you've got the Chariot coming up, Pisces. A lot of you are ready to move. You're ready to move in a new direction. You know what you want. You've made a decision and you're going in that direction. So some of you are really taking your love life into your hands. Maybe some of you are, you've been single for a while and you're like, nope, no more. I'm going to go out there. I know what I want. I'm very focused and I'm going to make it happen. Those of you who are in a relationship, you might be, coming into this energy where you're really focused on goals or things that you're wanting to make happen with your partner. So there could be this really, really focused, disciplined energy. Like, for example, if you're trying to reach some kind of milestone or something, you're really headed in that direction. Overall, this is very fast-moving energy. Okay, so some of you are really calling in really fast changes into your love life. We're going to pull clarifiers around it and see what we're picking up. So here's clarifier 1, clarifier 2, clarifier 3. Alrighty, so we have got 6 of Swords. So a lot of you are getting ready to move away from some kind of drama, okay? Maybe things have been intense. Maybe there's been some frustration, okay? And you all are ready to leave it behind you and talk about some things. Some of you are getting away for a little bit and you could be meeting somebody new. Some of you who are in a relationship or you've kind of been talking to somebody, and if there was something rocky, you're smoothing it over. You're coming back together to talk about it. But for me, when I see 6 of Swords come up in a love reading, it's kind of like slinking away from somebody to have some alone time, to talk about things, to come into a happier energy. Sometimes it's with the intention of relocating, taking a trip, wanting to relocate. So maybe some of you have been having family or friends getting in your business or affecting your love life in some way, and so you may already have your eye on a person, or you may have your you may already be with a person, or you may have an idea of where you're wanting to settle down, and so you may be even traveling and taking a trip with the intention of relocating specifically to have a happier love life. You know, some of you are like, it's not going to happen, or where I am right now, I need to get away from these people. And for some of you who are coupled, it's just kind of like maybe too many opinions, too many people sticking their nose in, and you all are wanting to get a fresh start somewhere else. That could be a possibility as well. Some of you, it's just leaving behind drama in the past and kind of getting a fresh start, starting with a clean slate with a person. Next, we've got the High Priestess energy, my darlings. And Pisces, this is you. You're coming into your element. You're coming into your strength. You're coming into your confidence. And this is making you incredibly attractive. Incredibly attractive. So much so that this other water sign energy here is King of Cups coming in, which is a very stable soulmate or a very stable partner. Okay, typically we're going to associate King of Cups with a water sign. So it could be a Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces male. But for me, in my readings, when I see King of Cups, it gives me the sense or the feeling of like a husband, a life partner, father, head of the household kind of energy. So a lot of you are manifesting this. Either you're coming into that energy and you're becoming that person, or your relationship is moving in that direction to where you're going to be with this person, or your person is making the transformation into that person as you're coming into your Pisces energy. You're coming into your full potential, and it's helping your partner do the same, especially those of you who are already with a significant soulmate. So you're either calling in this soulmate, as bringing them into their highest peak to where they're ready to move along full speed, or if you're with your soulmate, you're helping elevate your soulmate to their full potential just by you coming into your full potential, you coming into your Pisces energy. Okay, so next, what do we have here? We have got Page of Wands. I love this card. It makes me chuckle, and it's come up for a few of the signs already. It's like this guy, he's all dressed up, right? Like he's all dressed up. He's got these flowers. He's probably on his way to a date, right? He's gonna like wow somebody or try to win somebody over. And like halfway there, he's not even there yet, and he's getting distracted by some little eye candy in the corner that's like not even the real thing, right? Like, oh, what's over here? So there's this very, very distracted energy, maybe even a little feisty energy. Pisces, you may be in the mood, those urges may be getting the best of you. So this is maybe saying try to stay focused. It's good that you have this fire, it's good that you have this passion. Some of you are like in the mood, but try to stay focused on where you're headed, and don't let things distract you that maybe are not going to be as fulfilling as they seem. So for some of you Pisces, there could be temptation coming in where you are the one being tempted. Okay, but don't allow those illusions to pull you into temptation or to distract you from where you're headed, because you're off to something very real. And sometimes the negative ego will come in and distract us with false illusions. I feel that for some of you, you're being challenged to really examine the reality of your relationship, as opposed to expectations or illusions, or like what the world puts out there for us, like what a healthy relationship is like, or what a healthy sex life is like, or what a relationship should be. You're finding the truth of what it really is versus kind of like what we have shoved in our face on movies and TV and music videos, or like whatever. You're coming into the reality of what it is, and so you're kind of discovering yourself in that way. Okay, let's pull clarifiers too. So let's see, got clarifier 1, clarifier 2, and clarifier 3. So clarifier 1, we've got Knight of Coins. Clarifier 2, we've got 5 of Swords. And clarifier 3, we've got Ace of Coins. So these are all very significant cards. I'm going to adjust my lamp here a little bit so maybe we can lose some of this glare. Okay, so Knight of Coins is actually the slowest moving knight in the tarot. Don't let that discourage you. Don't let that upset you. It's a good thing, because it says that you're coming into stability and you're coming into some real progress for once. Maybe before in the past, the progress you made was very, it got distracted, or it got lost along the way. Knight of Pentacles, or Knight of Coins, he's not going to get distracted. You're making your wish here. You're throwing in your coins, you're throwing in your energy, you're making the wish. This horse is getting plenty of water, preparing for the journey, and he's going to be able to get to where he needs to go, right? He's setting the intention, and one foot in front of the other, he's going to take the journey, he's going to get there. So a lot of you are coming into some long-term success, okay? A lot of you are coming into really, really long-term success. I feel that for a lot of you, this is having to do with financial goals. Okay, and maybe in the past, Pisces, you've had issues in your life with money. Maybe you had issues where your family struggled with money, one way or another. Like maybe they had too much of it and they were not very into like doing meaningful things with it or showing each other affection. Or maybe it was the other extreme where there wasn't enough money and you all really struggled and your needs were not met financially, or your family really struggled to meet your financial needs. I feel that you all are in a relationship with a person, or you're attracting a relationship with a person where you all are going to draw closer through working together on your financial goals. You all are on the same page as far as that's concerned. You all might be even starting some kind of business together, or doing something together in which you're putting investing in your future, right? So some kind of savings is starting, something is happening for stability because you're thinking of the long term. This is like marriage, house, kids, like that kind of thing, retirement. So you're really attracting a life partner kind of energy. Now, along the way, there will be some disagreements, and you want to be cautious. Because for me, Five of Swords is sometimes where you can end up burning a bridge, okay? Like you're standing on the bridge, don't burn it. There may be some differences in how you want to do things, right? As these things are coming in, maybe you're tossing something out there and these, birds might start fighting over it or whatever it might be. For me, Five of Swords can be something that escalates into a big fight, that it doesn't need to be a big fight over nothing, right? Like, it can end up being a big issue. So this is saying pick your battles, Pisces. Pick your battles in this relationship as you're moving forward, because you're either with a quality person or you're attracting a quality person, and you don't want to make too many issues where there don't need to be too many issues. So pick your battles wisely here, and be cautious that little things don't become a big issue, right? Don't get distracted with the illusions, right? You're headed in a good direction. You're headed in a good direction. Don't burn the bridge. Don't get distracted with the illusions. Your next card here is very significant. You've got Ace of Coins, okay? And Ace of Coins, again, I do feel that some of you, either you're attracting a partner through some kind of business goal, through a new job, or you're starting a business, somebody new is coming in. Or whatever that might be. But in my readings, if you've heard me say, when I see Ace of Coins, it has a very, very special meaning for me, because I associate the coins with energy. The coins, pentacles, money, all of that is energy. And so when I see Ace of Coins, it tells me that somebody is breaking out of a long time block, like a chakra was blocked, or there was some inherited family block, or some people call them generational curses, whatever words you want to use for it. It was affecting you in your love life, and you're finally breaking out of it. You're done with it. And I feel that for a lot of you, the majority of you, whatever this block was, it was blocking you in love, and it was blocking you in money. It was blocking you in those two areas, and you're finally breaking out of it. You're coming into a new cycle. You're coming into a new kind of form of abundance, okay? And not only are you blocking that like coming out of that block, you're coming out of that blocked cycle into a new cycle. This soulmate that's coming in, they're in this with you, which is a big part of the healing. Like maybe for you, you've always kind of felt like when it came to money, you had to fend for yourself, or you had to figure everything out, or you had to make everything work. Whereas now you have somebody coming in who's like with you, like they're in there with you, they're working with you. Remember that they're not your enemy. Don't fight them. They're not your enemy. So somebody's coming in to share this responsibility with you. And I think for a lot of you Pisces, this is a really big deal, because it's something you've wanted for a very long time. You're actually manifesting this kind of partnership, right? Because when you think about long term, you think about abundance, you think about being settled in with somebody. A lot of you have been in situations where you feel like people have used you financially, or they've freeloaded off of you, or they've had unreasonable expectations of you, or they've tried to buy you, and you're like, I don't want somebody who's gonna buy me, and I don't want somebody who's gonna freeload off me. I just want somebody who's gonna do this with me. So a lot of you are finally attracting that kind of energy. Okay, next we're gonna look into your next card. And you, Pisces, have the Strength card. So, this is a very significant card. Some of you may be dealing with a Leo, or you may have Leo in your moon or in your rising, or you're dealing with a person who has Leo in the moon or rising, where these qualities are coming in. Those Leo attributes, Leo qualities are coming in, leadership skills, things of the like. But not necessarily, because for me in love readings, when I see the major arcana cards, some people do read them as like the zodiac signs, and there is truth to that. But when I see the major arcana cards in a love reading, it tells me that this is a significant soulmate relationship that's coming in with a contract. And the major arcana card tells me what that contract is. And so in this case, this person that you are calling in is coming in with a contract of loyalty, commitment, seeing things through, not giving up, being able to resolve things through gentleness, through kindness, through loving energy, nurturing energy, instead of anger. Okay, like that's what I feel when I see the Strength card. I've explained it very deeply, the Strength card, in other videos. I won't get so much into it in this one, but that's what I feel when I see the Strength card. So a lot of you have this very significant soulmate who's coming in into this partnership, who wants to walk through this with you. They want to protect you, right? They want to help you, right? So they want to have this thing where you guys have this give and take, and you're watching out for each other. The woman takes care of the lion protects her and takes care of her. And so that's the dynamic that you're attracting with this soulmate. Let's pull some clarifiers, my dears. Clarifier 1. Clarifier 2. Clarifier 3. Four of Swords. I mean, it's not swords. I keep saying that. This card has come up a few times, and I keep saying that. It's not Four of Swords. It's Four of Canes or Four of Wands, not Wads. Oh my goodness. I'm like, my words are not coming out. My mouth is tired, I think. But we've got Four of Canes. We've got Four of Wands here. So this is structure and this is foundation. So a lot of you are manifesting that life partner, that person you're settling down with, that person you're going to get married to. Those of you who are married, you are restructuring the foundation of your relationship at this time, and you're laying down some very long-term plans. You're laying down plans for stability. And I think for many of you, for the first time in a long time, it actually really seems like this is really going to happen. And so there's a lot of excitement and joy that's coming in with that. I do feel there's an aligning of families for some of you. So if there's been this weird situation where you felt like maybe there's been tension with families or in-laws, that's going to be improving for some of you, where there's a coming together. Okay, there's a coming together, and there's this almost like a celebration of this union. Okay, or people are beginning to warm up to one another, people are beginning to like one another, whereas maybe for a while it wasn't that way. Maybe there was some weirdness or some tension or some distance, and for some of you that is becoming resolved. It's clearing out of the way, and there's a coming together of families for some of you. Your next clarifier here is Eight of Coins. So you're finding playful ways of making this work. You also are going to be having some, like I said, you're coming out of that money block and that love block. So you're having this happy time with your partner or your lover, or your love interest, and money is coming in too. So you guys are going to be able to do things where you're able to get away and have fun. And whereas maybe in the past, when you were working on your relationship with people, or past partners, or even with this partner in the past, it may have been in a way where you were very much like, we have to talk about this, and we have to figure this out, and we have to have good communication, and you can't run away from this, and you need to be, honest with me. And so it may have been a lot of drilling or talking or pushing or prodding, interrogating maybe even, but now you're drawing closer and having a communication that's coming in through a fun energy. that's coming in through a playfulness. And for a lot of you, this is happening because you're able to have some financial cushion here where you guys can actually go and do fun things together. It doesn't have to be where you're breaking the bank. We're not talking about going and spending, 3 months on a tour of, Europe or something, or, some other part of the world. If you're in Europe, some other part of the world, you know, exploring the seven wonders or the great wonders of the world, or whatever it might be. It doesn't have to be anything like that. It doesn't have to be that extreme or that extravagant. It could be a weekend getaway. It could be going out for a dinner. It could be, just little things that maybe you couldn't do before as often that you're able to do now, right? But there's this sense of closeness where now you can actually have conversations and discussions, but you're having them in a happy energy. You're having them in a playful energy, not in the energy of like there's a problem and we need to talk, right? So you all are coming together closer through this playfulness, through this joy. Oh, sure enough, and here we have the lovers, right? Some of you maybe are taking a trip together, okay? But very much coming into this energy of lovers, coming back into the lover energy again, making choices, making decisions together. I feel a lot of you are getting the spark back. It's funny because I feel like it's almost, those of you who are in a relationship, I feel like the person that you're with maybe felt like a lot of the stresses were making you a different person, and now that some of the stress is passing, they feel like they're getting their Pisces back again. And so they're going to be really into you, like they're going to be all up on you for some of you. For other ones of you, it could be the other way around, Pisces. You could be dealing with a person who, like, you feel the stress has brought out a different side of them that you didn't like, and now you all are into each other again because things are more pleasant and things are more playful. Those of you who are single, you are calling in a significant soulmate. You may be dealing with a Gemini, as the Lover's card is a Gemini card, but there's definitely this energy of exploring, figuring out what you like. I feel that this is going to be a very intense time for a lot of you Pisces in the bedroom, and that you're having a lot of discoveries, what you're into, what you're not into, like being comfortable to explore certain things, because the stress or the pressure that you were having before, whatever that block was before, we had that Ace of Coins, you're breaking out of that block. That stress is behind you, so you're a little bit more free to be yourself and to feel safe with the person that you're with, or you're attracting a soulmate or calling in a person, those of you who are single, who you are going to be able to feel safe with, and you are going to be able to feel like you can explore these things with. So next we have King of Swords. Again, this is, you got a lot of air energy. Some of you Pisces are dealing with an air sign. Excuse me. I'm sorry. One moment here. Okay, I thought I was going to sneeze, but I didn't. I swear to you, I sneeze so much when I'm recording, and I don't sneeze any other time during the day. Some people get really annoyed. I don't know what it is. I don't know if some of you out there, you're sending me allergies through these videos. I don't know, but I hardly ever sneeze unless I'm recording, and some people get mad, so I do apologize, but you'll have to excuse me. So you already had that Lover's card, so we said some of you are dealing with a Gemini. Now we have the King of Swords, and King of Swords could very well be a Gemini, not Sagittarius, I'm sorry, excuse me, I swear I know my signs. Gemini, an Aquarius, or a Libra, okay? Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. Again, not necessarily. It could just be the qualities of the King of Swords, which is logic, which is decision making, which is strategy. So now that things are going better, a lot of you are coming into logic and strategy. Some of you Pisces, you're learning a new way to communicate, and I think your partner or the person who's coming in, those of you who are unattached and you're attracting a new person, you're ending up with a person who's helping you learn how to be a little less in your feelings. They're helping you to approach situations and talk about them more from the head space and less from the heart space. So it's helping to bring out this balance. It's helping to balance things out and helping to think more clearly about how you're moving forward. I think a lot of you was, like I said, stressed out and you weren't sure about life because there was a lot of stress that was fogging the thinking, or that was fogging the judgment. And now there's some mental clarity that's coming in. There's some mental clarity that's coming in that's helping you move forward. I do feel, Pisces, that for some of you, there's someone who's stepping up and they're like, I want you to allow me to take the lead. Okay. I don't feel that it's in like a controlling, like, a manipulative kind of way where it's like I control you and I make all the decisions. Not in that kind of way, but I just feel that some of you are manifesting someone who's coming in and they see that you've struggled in life. They see that you're a giving person. They see that you've given a lot. And they're just wanting to come in and just say, just let me take care of you, right? They're not taking away all your power. They're not like taking away all of your power by any means, but they want you to allow them to make certain decisions or to handle certain things. And for some of you Pisces, that could be very scary, right? Because maybe your whole life you've had to be the decision maker, or you've had to be the one that figured things out, but you're not in that energy anymore. And this person's like saying, just let me step up, let me handle things once in a while, like have some faith in me. That's what it feels like to me. Let's pull some clarifiers. 1, 2, and 3. So we have got Ace of Swords, a new way of thinking. This is, not only are you clearing love and money blocks, you're clearing mental blocks. Because Ace of Swords is breaking through old ways of thinking, expanding the thinking, new thoughts, new ideas, creative ideas, a new approach, a new way of looking at things in your life, a new way of approaching things in your life. So yet another block that's being removed, Pisces. 9 of Pentacles, coming into abundance, and not just abundance, independent abundance, right? Kind of like this kind of relationship where the two of you kind of have your separate money, right? You're not dependent on somebody financially. They're not dependent on you, but you're able to come into this energy where you can create something together. 9 of 9 of coins or pentacles for me is a card about independence and like being able to have confidence and being able to control your feelings so that you're able to succeed and focus on your goals. Is bringing you more of an attractive quality. It's making this person more into you. It's also making you feel good about yourself, which is making you feel sexier. So it's this double whammy energy in that way. 9 of coins for me too is very much an entrepreneur card. So yet again, there's kind of like the tarot here is kind of giving us a little nod or a little wink that some of you are coming into some kind of a self-employed business idea or partnership with a romantic partner, or you're encountering this romantic partner as you're working on something entrepreneurial. For some of you, keep in mind this is a general reading, so it's going to apply in different ways for different ones of you. And then next we have the moon, my darlings. And this is your card, Pisces. You all are that moon energy. You all are connected with the moon. You all are associated with the moon. So you're very much coming into this energy of your feelings, the deep emotions. This is beautiful because look, you've got somebody that's coming in and helping you balance out your head. And you're helping bring them into their heart. It's like this perfect match where you guys are balancing each other out, right? They're helping you be less in the feelings and more in the logic. And you're like, okay, robot person, let's get into the feelings. So you guys are like balancing each other out in that way. I do feel there's also going to be maybe a sense of travel for some of you. Maybe you're saving up for a trip to go away somewhere with this new abundance that's come in. And this is very interesting because I've seen this card many times. And I've read it for a lot of times. But for whatever reason, I know she's holding this little puppy here, but when I looked at it this time, I felt like pregnancy. I felt like pregnancy, like she's pregnant, but she's looking at the puppy and she's all like, "Oh, you're our baby, but there's another baby in the tummy. It's gonna grow, and you're gonna have a brother or a sister." Like you're not gonna be our only baby anymore. I just got that sense or that feeling. So maybe some of you with this money, you're putting money aside. You're preparing to start a family. You might go on a trip or on a vacation where your little one is conceived. But that's just the feeling I got there that may be happening for some of you. Okay. Let's look into your last card and the clarifiers. So this is 9 of Cups, my darling. This is wishes coming true. This is wishes coming true. So some of you are so fulfilled. And again, I'm reading this card differently, intuitively, what I'm feeling in your energy, as opposed to the way it felt to me in other readings for the different signs, depending on the cards that they had coming up. In your case, I feel that you are so, so happy with this relationship, where it feels very fulfilling. Like your wish is coming true. You're just missing one cup. There's just one cup that's missing emotionally. And so you all are going to be working together to manifest that cup, okay? It may take some negotiating. It may take some, going back and forth or talking or communicating before you can agree on how to move forward, on how to make it happen. For some of you, it will be a child. For some of you, it will be like, buying a house or moving or getting a pet or whatever it might be. Like you're very, very fulfilled. There's just this one missing thing, right? And you are going to be working together to make that happen. But let's see what the clarifiers say. It's got 1, 2, and 3. So your first clarifier is the world. Definitely travel is a possibility. Completion of an old cycle, coming into success, coming into overcoming any obstacles, joy, happiness, completion, you name it. Good stuff. Next one here is commitment. Some of you may also be discussing religion, especially those of you who are planning on starting a family or who are coming into the energy of starting a family. You may be talking about how you're wanting to raise the kids or what you're wanting to teach them or what kind of values you're wanting to instill. Are they going to public school? Are they going to private school? Are they going to go to a religious school? Education, beliefs, training, that kind of thing. Some of you are just becoming a lot more old school or traditional, going back to old traditional values or coming into that energy. But there's definitely a sense of commitment. There's definitely a sense of commitment, working together, maybe trusting the judgment of another person, looking to somebody else for guidance, okay? And then your outcome here is 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords is very interesting because typically when we see it in traditional tarot, it's like a scary looking card and it has to do with insomnia or sleeplessness, or like fear, right? That we're kind of imagining in our head. In this deck, and the way like I read it in the book, it's very interesting because this talks more about considering what you're giving up for what you're receiving. Okay, like with the prices. So some of you are maybe feeling a little bit vulnerable of like having to trust the judgment of another person or having to compromise with another person about decisions, but you have to consider what you're receiving in exchange. Okay, it's not as scary as it might think for those of you who maybe are struggling with being able to trust somebody. You're getting something good out of it. So my darlings, don't forget to check out your weekly forecast. This is your love forecast for May, but I do weekly forecasts for those of you who don't know, for each zodiac sign, for like money, spirituality, family, whatever comes up other than love. I do the love reading separately. So don't forget to check out the weekly forecasts. They're very helpful. Check out your moon sign and rising sign videos as well. Some weeks those may resonate with you more. They might give you a little bit more extra like tidbits of information. And if you need a private reading, obviously I'm more than happy to do that. The link to book a private reading with me is in the description of this video. All right, my darlings. So again, cross watchers, check out the cross watcher videos that are on the channel, and then hit subscribe and notification if you haven't already. You'll get a notice when the weekly videos are out, and you'll get a notice when the cross watcher videos are out for the month of June, which will be coming up in a couple of weeks. All right, my darlings, wishing you a fabulous week ahead, or a fabulous month of ahead for those of you who are only going to be watching the love videos, but those of you who are going to stick around for the weekly ones, you know, I'll see you in a week. Take care.